Cooking.
Rolling. We're in. We're back now.
We're back, peoples.
Oh, now we're back?
We weren't back, but
We're
now we're back.
But now we're really back.
Like Backstreet Boys, we're back now.
We're really back.
We are properly back. Peoples, we're back. It's me, Original Hartman. It's you.
Ricky Norwood in the house.
It is Talk Tottenham, episode 12.
Yep.
Yes, as you can see, we've turned the lights back on. There is hope in the world.
Flag's back.
The flag's back at a right angle.
And
we're back together again. Now, people, first and foremost, massive thank you. Our likes, our followers are going up daily. God bless you all. Makes us feel like there is a purpose and makes us feel like you want it. So because you want it, we'll keep doing it.
Sorry.
We'll start again because you don't really want it.
I unplugged the headphones and then it stopped recording.
That was good to know. Can you imagine? You walked out like...
Yeah.
I just got headphones.
Right. Go for it. Stage is yours.
We're back in, yeah?
We're going to keep that in, don't worry.
Oh, you see what I mean? Just see what I mean? Can't take you nowhere.
Yes, peoples, we
back.
are back for the second time, back part two.
Well, third time, really, because we had a take and then we stopped.
Yeah, we had a take and a take.
All right, we're back, but we're back now.
We're back now. So officially, yes, it's episode 12, Talking Tottenham. Me, Original Hartman, you.
Ricky Norwood in the house.
And again, thank you for liking, for subscriing, for following Talking Tottenham. No, it's not giving you the love.
Oh, my
No, it
days.
was working.
My days.
It was doing something weird. All right.
Are we good?
We are.
Yeah? Oh my goodness. Take 5, Darren.
Take five. We take five.
You see, secret producer, before we even say hello, secret producer is, you know what I mean? Just sometimes he just likes to play with a life a little
He
bit.
just wants to roll. He just wants to be involved. I see what he's doing.
But are we back now?
We are back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're actually back.
We're actually back.
Okay, drop it
So
out this hot
I'm going to say it, and you may have heard it 4 times now, but I'm going to say it again. It's me, Original Heartman.
It's me, Ricky Norwood in the house.
And it's Talking Tottenham, episode 12.
Yep.
And we are so glad to be back. We have turned the lights back on.
We have.
There is now hope at the house.
Flag's back in the right angle.
Back at the right angle. And we're here again. And we're here to talk all things Tottenham. Thank you for commenting and subscribing on all previous episodes. The subscribers are going up all the time. It warms our heart. Thank you. I know we said we'd always do it, but knowing that you guys are enjoying it makes us happy. So thank you for doing that. Rick, what's good? What's new? What's popping?
Oi. Firstly, thank you again. I just want to say thank you as well for subscribing, liking, and sharing on this journey. Do you know what? You know what I realized now?
What'd you
because
realise?
we've had so many new subscribers, we haven't even kind of let them know the initial.
That laugh was dangerous.
The initial reason why we started, the reason why we started is because, like, if you don't know, me and Darren have been boys for, brothers for I don't know how long,
Too long.
And we do this. We normally have football talk. And the shows that we've been on, Last Word on Spurs and Spurs Chat podcast, over the years, we've been known as the positive ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ones that can look at a situation in a different light. Mm-hmm. And in our bio, it even says, trying to take positive takes on Tottenham, yada, yada. And
Episode 11 wasn't as positive. We would like it to
this
be.
whole season, bruv. So even those that have been with us from the start, I just want to say we did want to have a positive turn on Tottenham, but it has been a season full of moaning. But we are here. Happy Easter to you. Let's have a little chink to Talking Tottenham because I'm on the beer tonight.
Did you see how Ricky abandoned the cup?
I
He
abandoned
the mug. Outrageous.
Do you know what? I was going to do it. I'll do it because I was going to do it. I've got it here. I'll give you a one just for episode 12.
There it is.
But I was so excited to get to the beer. It's untrue. I've been waiting. So, yes, we're here. Happy Easter. This is when we're recording anyway. Dow,
Yes.
what a journey we have had.
Wow.
Right?
Indeed,
there's a
indeed.
lot, as always,
Yeah,
that happens.
we're going to cover from where we left off to where we are now. And where we left off was not a great place, and where we are now is a very new place.
Tottenham as a club is crazy. It must be a social experiment. It has to be, right? It has to be. Because there's been so many twists, turns, and gut wrenches that I don't know where we are. But the way we left off, like you said, I didn't have a hope at all. I was just left to prayers. And we was going into that Liverpool game to begin with.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm actually gonna, for my mental state, I'm gonna go past Liverpool because I don't know if I can go there. Can you go back there?
Well, yeah. Well,
don't know if I can go back that far.
but
The pain is too much.
No, but it's more so like the narrative of this Tottenham story because, there was no hope for me going into Liverpool. We never come away from Anfield with anything. When we've had a great team, we've kicked ourselves in the backside and we've ended up losing or whatever. But to go there and grab a point, grab some, a bit of fight. It was a crazy formation. It was a crazy lineup, but there was a bit of fight, and we brought it back. And to get an unexpected point, I was like, okay, cool. And then to hit Atletico Madrid, which was midweek, and we played for the first time. I'm going to say that Atletico Madrid is probably the best game of the season from us when it comes down to a footballing point of view. Because for the 95 minutes. We played, bruv. We played football. Triangles, overlaps, undercuts, shots, long shots, crosses. And the boys wanted to win that game with that big deficit and with the way that we embarrass ourselves at their house, at Atletico's house. Yes, there was 3 slips and a free kick that should never have been, but it was a shambles, right? And we was in that emotional state. So to come back and to our house and go out to win or play to win, I loved that. Even though we won the game on the night 3-2, the boys were disappointed because they didn't go through to the next round. And I thought, great, positive, super positive to be in. They've seen that they can play for 95 minutes. Do you know what I mean? And yes, we've lost overall, but we won on the night and we won at home. Going into that massive game against Nottingham Forest, bro. So that's why I want to, because that's why it's like, I don't want to start and kind of go over things that we already know from Liverpool. But you look at that week, because it was a week. It was 5 days, basically, where for a moment, for a little time, there was a positive. Yeah. There was something I was like, oh.
There was hope.
There was more than hope. Bro, after Atletico game, when I was on Spurs Chat podcast, bro, like for that hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever that podcast was, I was buzzing because first time in a long time that we've actually played football. Through balls, just simple through balls. And every pass was done in that Atletico game. Every pass was crisp. It was done with purpose. It was done with bravery. It was forward thinking. Archie Gray was awesome in that game. Xavi was awesome in that game. Picked up 2 goals in that game as well. There was a lot of good things that happened. I don't think there was a poor performance. Kolo Muani, when he came in, I don't think it was a poor performance on that night. So with Igor Tudor, do you remember Igor Tudor? I don't know if you missed it. He was manager of Tottenham for how many games? I don't know now.
That. Do you remember? 44 days.
44 days.
Do you remember?
He outlasted Heitinger by 10 days, bro.
By 10 days. What a performance.
This is Tottenham.
Only Tottenham.
This is Tottenham.
Only Tottenham.
So I loved that we played football. And
we loved it. We loved it that much that we got ourselves to the Forest game.
Well, this is it. Like, Darren's hollering at me. He's like, bro, I think we need to be at this game. Down.
And we were there. We needed to be there. We wanted to be there because it was the hope. It was the energy that Tottenham had given us, and also the wonderful organisation of our fan base to make that game feel like a cup final. To give the players the boost, the lift, the support that we felt we needed. And Tottenham, as a club, as a supporters group, as a fan base, when we show up, we show up. North London looked amazing. The High Road, amazing. The energy behind it, the atmosphere in the stadium up till halftime was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Everybody did their part. Apart from the players.
And then the whistle blew.
No, I'll give it till halftime.
No, 100%.
Yeah, I'll give it till halftime because there was hope. And we all knew in the stadium, at home, pundits, novices, whoever you are, the first goal in that game was going to be massive.
Super important.
And the fact that they got it just before halftime, it's a horrible time to concede, just took the wind out of us. And it felt like it was, at that point, the final blow.
I mean, that day, for those that went, It was a difficult day in the sense of getting to there. There was massive traffic.
Stations closed.
There
as
was
well.
White Hart Lane station was closed itself. My train, I jump on Elizabeth line. That was not running. So my phone wasn't working that day.
Yeah, that was crazy.
As soon as I came out of the house, my phone's not working, so I can't text or phone Darren. It was a madness getting down there. But because I ended up missing that parade. I wanted to be there amongst the parade, bro, because in May to be there in the trophy parade, to be there in the trophy parade and to celebrate something that we've achieved. But right now, we're in this situation where there was potential protests against the ownership, wasn't there? That weekend, but then it switched.
Energy
was and big up to those that switched it through social media. So social media gets a bad rap a lot of the time for a lot of the things.
Uses,
But a movement was created through socials where it was like, we're going to park that and we're going to cheer these boys on. And being so encouraged by that performance against Atletico, you're going, come on. This is the moment. This is the cup final time. And we gave him a cup final atmosphere. Yeah. And bro, like I mean, even give it to him, bro, because we're here. What dramas did you have getting those tickets? Because I don't know if some of you are around the world and you might not know what picking up a ticket online is like. Because I had 7 voice notes? At least about how you got those tickets?
I don't know how other Tottenham fans find it, but I'm a member, and it should be really straightforward when you're a member. You just go on the website and you just go to purchase tickets. However, when you go in, it keeps kicking you out, and then you pick a seat and it takes it away from you. Then you look somewhere else and it takes it away from you. Then you go to your basket and it's gone again. It was a nightmare.
Prices as well?
Price changes, going up and down. And just the fact of how expensive going to a football match is. Of course, this wasn't our first game of football. Like, we go regularly or as often as we can. So we know how expensive it is. And the reason why I'm saying this and why this has been brought up is because it's an investment to go to a game. And it's your time, it's your money, it's effort. The effort to get there. Trains not working, road closures, etc. And when we get there, we're entitled to want something. We are entitled. And I watched a performance and I also watched a fan base. From the fan base perspective, I watched us get our hearts broken in that game. I saw people leave. I saw people look absolutely bereft. And that's hard to watch and that's hard to feel. And at that point there, again, we're doing the timeline because it's important. At that point there, my hope was done. I couldn't see any light in the tunnel. And the reason why I say that is because I looked on the football field and nobody showed any fight, will, desire, effort. There were moments on the field, I think it's been highlighted on multiple pods, about Romero's lack of energy to get back. There were moments when our more creative players, we don't have many in that team right now, looked like they didn't want to take a chance. They didn't want to take a risk. A lot of fans who remember that game, obviously we're all loving Spurs fans here. I remember a moment when Bertfeld had the ball, edge of the box, and looked terrified to shoot. All he wanted to do was to pass it to somebody else. And I'm watching going, no one's got the confidence to take it on board. And I've said it previously about the lack of leadership, the lack of that person who goes, give it to me, I want it. It's a scary and a sad time. Sad time.
Let me just ask you just a quick backtracking question. How, just before that game, right? I look, because, timing with us is always difficult. So to get to a game together, it doesn't happen as often as it should, but this was one of those moments, okay? So what was your hope like before that game started? Like, with the Liverpool point, with the Atletico performance, and then with a parade going into that game, because how was you feeling? Was you hopeful of what Tudor was doing? Was you hopeful of what we was producing at that point, that we could go into that game and do? Like, how did you feel just before it?
Yeah, my hope was off the back of what the fans were doing. the fact that we were going to give these players the lift. And I was like, with that lift going into what at that point was seen as a 6-pointer, I hadn't had much faith in what Tudor was doing, if I'm really honest with you. I didn't feel
League
like,
form wise, yeah.
Yeah,
Because he only
yeah.
had one Champions League.
yeah,
But from what he done in the
couldn't
league.
see enough to give me any confidence in him. And I felt like that was the right normal £5 fine for Ricky. Yeah, heard that
It's
phone
your
go off.
fault. It's
Yeah.
your fault.
And I'm getting blamed for it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's because when we get the call
Don't
for
worry.
the pickup,
Don't
I've
worry.
got to make sure.
We'll be donating that to a lovely charity at the end of the season. So I didn't have faith in Tudor. I saw the face.
Yeah.
I didn't have faith in him. So I didn't really go, he's the one who's going to get a performance out of the boys. I felt that it needed to be us lifting them, and then we was going to get something out of the game. I had a bit more hope. I felt like you were carrying more from the performances we saw. The Liverpool game gave me a little glimmer of, we could do something here. If we play like that, we could do something here. But I'm a Spurs fan.
I know, but the thing is that especially like after, that's the beer, especially after Atletico, it's been a while. It's been 40 days and 40 nights. Hello.
I took it like he's in love, killing me. Go ahead.
Goodness. I'm not an alcoholic. I just like a beer when
We're
the
not
sun's out.
sponsored.
Anyway,
Hence,
yes,
you the back
right.
of the bottle.
Anyway, yeah, trying the thing. All right. I was gonna bust another joke then, but I won't do that.
Leave it.
Right. So, look, I was clinging, and I've been clinging to any sort of positivity or any sort of performance or any sort of change. I've been trying. I've been looking. I've been trying, and this team, this whole situation has broken me. Frank broke me. Do you know what I mean? Like the period under Tudor, it broke. The West Ham game,
What do you mean the
Fulham
period?
game.
He gone?
Yeah, bruv, he's out. Did you not hear?
Ruben has it.
He went to the door. He went to the door. Right. So, and now I've been drinking. But bro, I saw a performance for the first time, and it sparked my heart again. Like I'm like, okay, cool. So going into Nottingham Forest, I'm like, this is the time. This is the time. We've missed many opportunities. Fulham, Palace, every time we've had an opportunity to do something and the results have gone our way, we've missed it. That point at Liverpool gave us something. We needed that point. Okay. And then going into Nottingham Forest, that was a 6-pointer because they're in the same position. It's a final. So come on, boys. And so when with the lead up, with the backing, with that performance, I'm like, it has to happen today. It just has to happen today. And everything in my soul, even though I was nervous as the game kicked off, but everything in my soul was like, it has to happen. And we played actually quite good for us. Actually quite good in that first half. We were creating opportunities. Not many shots on goal, but we did have a lot of opportunities. And then there was that opportunity that...
The Solanke one.
I think it was Solanke's. I think I can't remember who done it now. But was it Richarlison? I'm not sure.
Richarlison played it across. If I'm
played it across, and it was like 2 inches off of Solanke's toe, and that was the moment because we had 3-4 chances. We had 8 corners. You know that was, and that was another thing as well with adaptation. I remember saying to you in the seat, I was like, "What's happening here?" Like, okay, look, I love that Tell's got the delivery that he has because he puts it where he's asked for it to be pretty much every single time.
Yeah, great delivery. Yeah.
But then with their centre backs, right? I'm going, okay, they've actually read this.
Yeah.
So switch it up. Whether we go a short corner and then ping it back in, or whether you go from an outward swinging corner to an inward, switch it at this point here. They didn't. They just done the same thing and hoped for a better result. So there was that. And then I looked at the lineup as well. And after Xavi's performance, I'm like, he's got to play. As the creative hub, he's got to play. He has to play. And the fact that he didn't, the fact that he came on at, 60 odd minutes, I'm like, what's going on here? You know? The subs didn't make sense to me at half-time. The one person that I felt that had to come on the field at half-time if he was going to make a sub was Xavi. And that didn't happen. They took off Spence and Van der Ven. And I was kind of like, okay. For me in that game, bro, however well Romero was playing at that point, and it's hard for me to say because I'm a backer of Romero, but it's hard for me to say, but the truth is the truth. If he was going to take anybody off, I would have taken him off and gone with power and pace. I would have gone for Danzo because Danzo he's every time he plays, he leaves it all out there.
He played very well.
And he reminds me, not so much ability-wise, take it with a pinch of salt, people at home, but he reminds me a bit of Dawson.
Yeah.
He's loves it. He loves a tackle. He loves to, use his strength.
Yeah.
He loves to shield you. He loves the battle of being, he loves being a defender.
Yeah.
While you can play front-footed and fancy centre-backs, do you know what I mean? He loves being that guy.
Yeah.
So you go power and pace. You go Danzo and then you go Van der Ven. But you get Xavi in that game. We still had in that first half. I think we had mostly defenders on that pitch. We had 3 centre backs. We had Porro, Spence on the wings. I think. Then it was what was it? It was Sarr, Gray. I think.
Yeah, Bergvall.
Bergvall came on, didn't he? Bergvall came on. But even Bergie was not ready.
No.
And Udogie was not ready. We could see that in the Atletico game that he wasn't ready. He's rusty, and yes, we need to bring him in, but it was the wrong time.
Is an understatement right now. It was like he's forgotten how to play. He looks so lost at sea. He looks lost at sea.
But it's that first touch thing.
Yeah.
Dal, you've coached, you've played as well. Like, after a long time out, right, it's going to take a minute to grab your first touch within game.
What it is, it's the confidence, though. It really is the confidence, because the ability doesn't leave you. Your touch should still be there. What it is, it's the confidence in your touch. It's the confidence in yourself. He doesn't look like he has it, which, like so many of our players, they don't have the confidence in themselves. They don't trust themselves. And once you do that, if you doubt yourself with the ball coming to you, you're going to mess up. Then you make a mistake, then you don't want it again. And that's what's happening with a lot of them. You just see the doubt creeping in and the fear, and they're just underperforming. And that's why we move on to the phase of the exit of Tudor, because it felt inevitable after that game that something had to be done. I'm going to be flat out honest. I did not think Tottenham were going to sack him.
What I mean,
If they're going to do it.
Okay, so there's a couple. I mean, for me, bro, you spoke about heartbreak after that game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those that left early, and I hate leaving early. Right, that's the second time that I've left early in my career. In my life of supporting Tottenham. The first time that I walked out was Teddy Sheringham's last game at Tottenham. We had the half and half tops. You remember the 1, 2, 5?
Bad boy top. Mm-hmm.
Right, so we had the half and half
never
tops.
got one, Vex.
I got one.
I know, Vex.
Sorry. Okay, I will stop talking about it. I was gonna chuck in a joke then, but we're not sponsored by them. I was gonna.
Yes, I know. Keep it moving.
You're right. So we keep it moving. So, but yeah. So Teddy Sheringham's last game. I can't remember who was playing. I want to say it was Blackburn, but there's a Blackburn Carabao Cup final that really is still singed into my heart where I felt we should have won. So I do get confused with that one, but I know that we lost 4-0. Whoever we was playing, we lost 4-0 in Teddy's last game, and I couldn't believe the performance. Like, for the first time ever, I was there with my dad, and I was like, I sat there and I boiled, and I was so like incensed but heartbroken for it, and I was just like, I was like, Pups, I've got to go. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, all right, son, I'll meet you at the pub.
Yeah.
And I left Pupsy there, and I went to the pub, and I saw him after the game. But I hated that afterwards. I hated that I'd done that, and that I felt that way. But, bro, you're absolutely right. That first goal going in took the winds out of their sails, right? Every bit of energy and hope dropped in their soul right before half-time. But then you expect Tudor and the boys to go, we've actually played all right here. We're not out of the game. It's only 1-0. Get at them, and the momentum can shift. The fact that those 2 subs came out stopped momentum. The reaction in the second half, it wasn't there. Then we conceded that second goal, and that was about 60 minutes. And at that point, I started to have that same feeling. I started bubbling from my toes upwards. And I wanted to go at that point, but I'm like, nope. It got to 81 minutes before I kicked. But in that time, ask him. You can ask him. In that time, I done this with him from like, I think it was like from about 70 minutes to 81 minutes. I'm like this, right? So I'm sitting there watching it. And everything's broken within me. And I'm heartbroken. And I've almost... I don't want to give up on my team, but like I was like, oh, really? Is this where we're at? And I done this to him 4 times. I was like, Dow? And then I didn't ask him nothing. I didn't say nothing. I went back to the game. And then I'm like, you know what, Dow? And then I was like, didn't say nothing. I didn't do. And then I went back to the game. And I'm trying to breathe and I'm trying to go through it. And then it hit the 81. And let's just pause there. I think camera's paused. I think camera has paused.
Ricky's going to check now, see if the camera has paused.
Yep.
It's paused. Has it paused?
1 minute, tap to resume. Nope.
Experiencing some technical difficulties, but Ricky is seeing if he can fix this. If Ricky can, this will be a moment in history, because Ricky has now fixed the camera.
Oh my goodness, I fixed the camera.
And at 81 minutes, go for it.
I fixed the camera. Hopefully, Mr. Producer that likes to zoom in a little bit can stop zooming in and make this problem a thing that didn't happen. Okay, but 81 minutes, so I'm there. I'm boiling. I've looked at Darren 14 times, called his name with nothing to say. And in 81 minutes, I'm like, Darren, I've got to get out of here, you know. I've got to get out of it. And I got up and I walked out of that stadium because I couldn't see no more. And it was almost like, I'm not an angry guy. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're not at all.
But yeah. I felt like I might want to fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear it. Listen.
Sometimes I have to take care of and take myself out of the situation real quick because one person says something to me.
Yeah.
Do you know, at that point, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And that is the thing about where Tottenham have us all right now. It's emotionally beating us up. So we're in such a horrible place emotionally. We are getting attacked from all angles, from fans, from every angle. And it's like, don't push my buttons to make me do something I don't want to do. And I'll join Ricky in this. That Nottingham Forest game was the first time in my footballing life that I haven't heard the final whistle. Because Ricky left, I was there, I stayed, and then, because you went at 2-0 or 3?
It was 2-0 60, but 81 I kicked.
Yeah. And then,
so I didn't know it was 3 because my phone wasn't working until I got back.
Yeah.
And that, bruv,
broke even more. Oh. So I stayed and had the third goal go in. And as the third goal went in, I was like, I have to get out of here because as much as I love my team, and I say that I love Tottenham, I love being a Spurs fan, for all the highs and lows, I love it. I can't be in a stadium when I watch my team get booed. And I knew that was going to be the final whistle. I knew the anger from the fans that stayed in their seats was going to be projected as boos. And I can't do that. I had to get out of there. And that was the most longest, painful, quiet, angered walk I've ever done to my car, ever.
100.
I have never felt like that. And as I say, me and Ricky are not 16. We've been supporting Tottenham for many a year. I never want that feeling again. And the fear that is still within me is this season still isn't over. Mm-hmm. And there's still a moment where Tottenham can hurt us even more. And that's scary.
Well, this is where I'm at. So it's like going into, like you say there, after that, something needs to happen with Tudor.
100%.
And from me and you and from T-Talk and Tottenham, condolences to Igor Tudor for
absolutely
losing one of his family members. It's always a tough thing to do, and real life always shines through when it comes down to Tottenham. Mm-hmm. He was there on an interim. Mm-hmm. I think it's the best thing for everybody because, if it was his job, I think he probably would have been like, let me take some time and I'll come back. Mm-hmm. But when it's not your job, and you can see what's happening, like there's bigger things.
Yeah, your
Do you know
family
what I
needs
mean?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember when Conte lost his fitness coach?
Yeah.
Like it was tough. It was emotional for him. He took some time, but he was back
back to
in
work,
because
yeah.
it was his job. I just think with Tudor, like thanks for trying. It hasn't worked.
Yeah.
You know, and go be with your family. Go be where you're needed right now. That's where you're actually, and where you can have your mind free to do all of those things.
Is there any fault, or no? That's not the right question. That's not the right way to phrase the question. The failure of Tudor, where does the responsibility fall for you?
Okay, 1 minute.
We're back in again. This could be a dangerous one. Episode 12 may be titled "Danger." Ricky had some alcohol. Okay, talk to me. Where did the blame go, or where did the responsibility go?
I think we've done this, and I still think it's all of the above. If you want to go from the root of the cause, then we know that the board and Levy and transfer windows and investment and wanting Tottenham to actually, when they're in a place where they can grow and go to the next level, for the board and the club to do that rather than take it for granted. And we've seen, history has shown that every single time that we've got to a point in which we can push past what people expect us to be and actually be up there and challenge consistently for something, whether that's trophies or leagues, they've never taken it. They've always taken the shortcut. Darren, I don't know for how many seasons, and have a think while I'm speaking, because I don't know how many seasons we've had 2 players on loan at our club. That's not squad building. That's not fixing your problems. That is not moving forward. Part of me likes the try before you buy, but part of me is like if you were serious about a certain player, then you'd go out and you'd make it happen. You know, how long did we have Longley? Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things.
Yeah.
Right? There's certain things throughout. So there's certain decisions that have been made every single time. You know, Ange spoke about it. And he's happy to have Bergvall and Archie Gray. Absolutely. He sees their potential. But he needed senior players in going into his last season. And he didn't get it. He got 2 teenagers and, what was it? Solanke. Right. So... do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's been failures all over the ball, all over the shop. The fact that we got to this period of time of change where Levy's gone and this new ownership has come in and said, we're going to do A, B, and C. Langer, Vinay, Frank, board-wise, horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Like Vinay and Lange, horrendous. Failed on every aspect. Frank failed and decimated and took the head off of our squad, mate. Like, they took the heart out, stamped on it, and said, you're worthless. Do you know what I mean? So, and you can see that. You can see that effect on the actual football of things. So there's all of those things. And then period of change now. So then you go into going from Frank to Tudor, where back 3, does it really suit us? Does it really suit us? Can it work? You gave me the formula of how it can work.
Got to play players in the right position to start with.
To begin with, right? But certain things didn't happen. That Atletico game, the first leg, was the first time that we had Danzo, Romero, and Van der Ven. And I was like, okay, I can see what I can see what Darren was talking about. Let's see what happens. But that first game was slip and sliding galore, right? Come like Precious MC. Do you know what I mean? Like, big up to those that know.
What a reference.
Right? So, but it was all over the field, right?
Yeah.
So these things hasn't worked. Different ways of defending, man-to-man, to zonal, to scattergun, to panic.com, to highline. There's been confusion.com. We've said it on this. For under Frank, we've waited until he left for it to click. Never clicked. Never built on a positive performance. Never played a player a second time round after a positive performance. Didn't do it. Never built on anything positive. Always went back to the same old, let's play for a corner and a throw one. Horrendous, bro. Horrendous. Then you've got Tudor back 3, back 4-4-2, 4-3-3, confusion, and he was learning the players. And I think that's where you was talking about, to go into your point in last episode, where you was worried about Tudor not knowing the Premier League. This is where that Premier League experience kicks in. If you know it, you're knowing what players and how the game is played in the Premier League when you're going up against a Newcastle or Palace or this one or that one.
You would know that playing against Nottingham Forest and their two massive centre half that just crossing the ball in the box is going to be bread and butter for them. You'd know that.
But
You'd know that.
But even that, right? You would know that. You would know that 100%. And I think that's where that type of the phrase Premier League experience, he needs Premier League experience, comes in. It's not a need. We've had managers without Premier League experience that have done well, and the league has had. Pep didn't have no Premier League experience. Let's not get it twisted. All right. So
very different kind of fish.
It is. It is because the things that he can call upon, not many can call upon, but didn't have Premier League experience. Yeah, just on that. Bottom line. Yeah. So there are managers that can come in and do the damn thing, but when we was in this situation, the chopping, the changing, Gallagher at right wing, I remember, like, there's been a ton of bad selections under Tudor, and after that, heartbreak, bro. And I think it was heartbreak for him as well, because, you know, they say that they told him after the game about his father passing, but who knows? What if it was at halftime, and that going 1-0 down doesn't really? Do you know what I mean? In life,
yeah. I think all of that, just for the narrative that we'll probably end up on as we go forward, I kind of got to leave the personal stuff aside right now and just be like, purely on the football basis. There was a lot of mistakes made by him. Yeah. And I feel that the board, of course, that was a shocking appointment. And it's led us to be in a situation now. We looked at results that what we thought would happen. I lost time ago. It's not even about the winning or losing in this aspect. It's so interesting that at this point, if you going off the results that Ricky thought we would have, at this point we would have had 3, 4.
We would have won.
We would have had twice. You had a win at Fulham and a win at Forest. So you had 6 points, and then you had a draw at Palace, so you had 7. I said we'd have got 2 points by this stage. So I'm not doing too bad right now, but that's scary because I said that we'd only get 12 points. Ricky said we'll get 20. Right now, we go into the Sunderland game, and suddenly the feelings that I was feeling are changing. As being a Spurs fan, we live for hope. Does the Zerbi bring hope?
Does the Zerbi? Well, there's this thing. So now we have a new manager, right?
It's serious.
Well, I mean,
God bless Tottenham.
If you don't know, there's a new manager.
God bless Tottenham.
Yeah,
Did you see the April Fool's that we had sacked him?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Someone did a great April Fool's. They just doctored the post. So we have the first post of the welcome Zerbi to Tottenham.
I didn't see it.
Sacked. It was hilarious. It was a great April Fool's. Well played.
Wowza.
So yeah, does he win hope?
I mean, of course, there is a little bit of that. I mean, look, it's been, 48 hours for us since he's been announced?
Yeah.
Is this day 2?
Yeah.
I think so. He was announced yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I think so, right? April 1st. It was April 1st, right? He was announced.
No, day before.
Was it?
Yeah, 31st.
Okay. So it's been announced. It's confirmed.
You're trying to work out the days, but
I am. I'm trying. I'm
struggling.
I'm gone. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying it's got nothing to do with
this. Anyway, episode 12 is entitled "The One Where Ricky Had a Drink."
I think it should be called Zerbi, The New Hope. There you go. No, I'm joking. I've been drinking. Yeah, I think Ricky's been drinking is a good one. Of course, yes. Look, my moan with the Zerbi, and I think that this might speak to a lot of you, and if it does, then let me know. But after Nottingham Forest style, I gave up trying to be optimistic And I gave up. I was like, if you can't turn up for Forest after all that, then you're not turning up this season. You know, we're not going nowhere apart from down. I'm starting to look at I'm starting to think about what the squad would look like in the Championship. I'm kind of going, all right, cool, we can bring in a youth hit. Like,
I get it.
I was, because there's been so many false dawns. There's been so many false hopes this year. And there's been so many moments, right, with so many winnable games where we could have got across the line, where we could have made ourselves a little bit better. And that moment at Forest, bro, it broke me. So it was almost like with Zerbi coming in, emotionally, what I had in my chest was, I don't even want to give Tottenham a second chance. In that sense. It's like, I don't want to give you, I say second, eighth. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to give you another chance. Like, forget it, I don't care. Forget it, I don't care. And part of me was like, I don't think it's going to work. You know, he's explosive. He's going to, you know, the fact that you've given him 12 mil a year, you know, is this a money grab? The fact that you've given him a 5-year contract, then you've given him all the control. I'm also heartbroken that Poch hasn't been given that. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't hold out and go, right, let's give Poch that 12 mil. Let's give him the thing over control over like that control and that way. Do you know what I mean? So part of me was just hurt. Firstly, my first reaction was hurt. I was like, this is another shocking decision throughout a season of seriously shocking decisions. Just another one. And I don't trust Lange and Vinay. I don't trust them to turn on the light switch, bro. I don't trust them to do nothing.
I hear you.
So those things are going through my soul.
Yeah.
Is this them? Is this them? Is this them? Where I started to turn, and like I say, it's still early, where I started to turn and calm down a little bit was Sandro's post. Okay. It was Sandro's post. He'd worked with him. He was like, his best manager I've worked under. He goes, because I know that he knows Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky enough to have spoken to him a couple of times, right? And he loves Tottenham and he wants to be a coach. He's been doing his badges. You know, he's been turning up to games for ages, bro. Like he will stand and chat with all the fans. If you stop him for a picture, he's there for it. He's also like, he's got a little bit of like crazy about him as well.
A little bit.
He loves. I think he's in a band as well. I think I can't remember where he plays guitar or drums.
He's got that energy.
But he's got a lot of energy, right? And he knows what Tottenham's about, and he appreciates what Tottenham really is. So when I heard him give him the seal of approval, I was kind of like, okay, because majority of the seal of approvals, I was like, is this PR? When they're like, oh, the squad went out and they're excited, I'm like, is this PR? But then I started to hear Sandro, and then I started to hear what Lallana said about De Zerbi. More so, yes, his description of what De Zerbi is, but more so that the Tottenham players were picking his brains about De Zerbi. And I was kind of like, that's a good sign. Do you know what I mean? And that he's given a glowing response. So I'm like, okay, cool. I look at the caretaker manager and the permanent manager dilemmas, and I go, okay, with the permanent manager, well, it's fixed up, look sharp. When it comes down to the players. Yeah. So then I started to shift and started to look at all of the, because this is what we do naturally. It was just because I was heartbroken and hurt that I was kind of like, nope, I don't want it. It's rubbish. Should have given it to Poch. Another rubbish season. Leave me alone. Da-da-da. But you know what? Football is emotion. Football 100%. Is a madness. Yep. You know, and Tottenham have put us through it. So there was a period of time where I then started to shift and look into it. What about yourself?
Okay. It's a tough one because I hear a lot of people would have still been angling for Poch, and I felt that Tottenham couldn't put in another interim manager because I felt that because they failed so badly with Igor, you bring in another person who is only here for a short space of time. There's the energy of no one really cares. You know that thing of you're here short term. I'm going to go at the end of the season anyway. Right. There's this energy of no one cares. And part of me did think about what we said last pod. I was like, it feels like it's a Sean Dyche. It's someone who knows how to just get us out of this mess and survive. Then we had the putting together like the Marvel Assembly of Tottenham
yeah.
greats, and it's getting that feel good at the club. But of course, we're fans. We're not chairmen. We don't run football clubs. So Tottenham have gone for the Zerbi, and I had to really think about it and go, what's the pros and cons here? There are lots of red flags with the Zerbi. He is an absolute monster in terms of he's angry, he's aggressive, he's bullish, and I'm going to say all of that as a pro as well as a con. With the negative side of that is, if you don't take well to that, that can break you. And we've got players that are on the floor. And when Igor came in, he came in with what it seemed to be, I'm not in the dressing room, it seemed to be a very much a dictatorship way of working. Change the system, change ideas, go with my idea, or you're out. And you could see that Simmons wasn't one that he liked, and there were players that you could see that there wasn't a coming together. De Zerbi has that nature, but I think what he has aside to him that maybe Tudor didn't have is the football intellect. De Zerbi is a very intelligent coach. Tactically, he's so astute. He builds teams in a way that we've seen in the Premier League and over his career. His teams play very good football. And he's a very creative manager. Like, let's be real. Brighton weren't Brighton until he was there. Like, people want to highlight Potter and Pep. Like, when it was the Zerbi era, he got them into Europe. He changed Brighton in a way that you were like, wow. People didn't want to play against Brighton. People feared Brighton. He was part of that journey where Brighton were at their peak. Obviously, there's other factors. The recruitment system is phenomenal, and the engine around the club is great, and they've had good managers, and he was one of them. So I was a bit like, okay, he's got credentials. He knows the Prem. We asked for that. But in him signing a 5-year deal, the pro of that, I will do the con of that. The pro is, he's saying on paper, I'm here long haul.
Yeah.
So prove yourself to me or I kick you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you if you want to be here. If you don't want to be here, get out of my club. Because as he said, he's got full control. Transfers, everything, apparently. He's got control. We know Tottenham, we've heard this before. The red flag on that for me is because of what I said, he's a fiery, angry, his nature is bullish and aggressive. If we go down, I can see him very much going, I'm out. Like, I tried. I thought this would be better than they are. I thought this would have worked better. Forget it. I'll walk. Because he has that nature. He's fiery like that. He also has a nature on the touchline where other managers don't like him. And fourth officials find him intimidating. I can't tell you the last time we've had that. Probably Mourinho.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Let's look at
Conte to a degree, but Mourinho defo.
Let's look at a stat that keeps flagging up. We haven't had a penalty all year.
Yes.
We've had so many VAR decisions and things like that haven't gone our way. Imagine having the Zerbi on the touchline, screaming at your fourth official, giving them grief, being on their case. We need any small percentage we can get for an advantage for the next 7 games. It's 7, is it?
Yeah.
For the next 7. And the Zerbi may give us the small percentages that get us across the line. And that it's the hope that kills us as Spurs fans. And if Tottenham was a girl, we would have been told by all our friends to dump her and walk away right now. Like, on no real. Long time. If this was your girl, someone said, leave her. She's not good for you. She's mashing up your head. Yep. Look at what she's doing.
Yep.
It's the hope that kills us, and we stay there, and we're in love. And this club is in our blood. It's in our heart. And I know some people, elephant in the room, want to talk about instances and conversations and issues that fall away from football that De Zerbi's been attached to. And I'm using that attached to. I need, for me, and I don't want to say for you, I'm going to say for me, I need us to part that. You can have those debates. I'm never going to condone the actions of another human being if I don't agree with them. And there are actions that certain human being did that I will never agree with. And De Zerbi making comments that he said, I may not agree with those either. I can also be intelligent enough to understand that maybe he needs to address that, and maybe he will look at what he said over time and go, maybe I could have worded it differently or said it differently, or maybe if you give me a second chance to explain it, I can justify what I meant. But right now, that player doesn't play for my team. He's not in my shirt. He's not important or relevant to my story. The manager now is relevant to my story. And what I want from this manager is him to keep us up. And I don't want Spurs fans to fall into a place where what we need and what our focus needs to be put on is sidetracked by the media storyline about something that has nothing to do with us. That takes away the connection, the cohesion, the community, the energy that we needed, that we created at Forest. The divide, we can never get a manager that's going to please everybody. It's never going to happen. Even Poch would not have pleased everyone. Me and you couldn't even agree on it. I didn't want him. You did. So there's always going to be a divide. I just hope that for now, we can focus the energy on the football and what he does as a manager and what he does as a coach and what he does in terms of performances, and everything else, unless he does a madness at our club, we can park. That's where I'm at. Where you at?
Okay.
Not on that issue, just about
on both sides, right? But I'll deal with it separately. Firstly, for me, I was on the headlines of it's gonna blow up in 6 to 18 months, either which way with Zerbi.
Oh,
right?
There's no way he's going to be with us for 5 years.
Right?
No way.
So I look at all of those things. I look at when we was on, I think it was the last pod or the one before, we were talking about what do these players need, and the thing was arm around the shoulder, pick them up because they're on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do we need a manager to go in and holler at them and tell them that they're rubbish again? Which was Tudor's.
It felt like that's what Tudor did.
Right? So there was, I wouldn't say a narrative of that, but I would say there was that niggling in the background.
Yeah, that was the flavour. There was a flavour that was in the air.
There was no smoke without fire, but it was in the background, right? Yeah. That he's thrown them on the floor, and how are they going to, pick themselves back up, sort of thing. But then, like I said, just calming down, and I haven't jumped in yet. I haven't jumped into all of the podcasts on him and the the films from Marseille or from Brighton. I haven't jumped in, and I will, but I haven't jumped in yet because like part of me still like, let's see if he's even here. Do you know what I mean? In 7, I'm not wasting my time. Do you know what I mean? I'm not wasting my time again, like researching and jumping in. But from what I know, he plays a 4-2-3-1. I'm a fan of 4-2-3-1, especially for Tottenham.
Yeah, you've said it before.
I say I've always had a niggle with the back three system for Tottenham. Tottenham, I've seen it work other places, but for Tottenham, I just don't think it does. And so 4-2-3-1, okay, cool. Aggressive high press, okay, cool. That's what I'm asking for. Do you know what I mean? Getting those players in the right positions, in the on the right sides with the right motivation. Okay, cool. He brings that to the table. All of those things, right? We needed leaders. You've asked for leaders many a time. He is a leader. Zerbi by himself. Now, if we bring in Nesta as well, my goodness. But right now we've got Zerbi, right? If you bring in Sandro as well as a leader.
It sounds like Sandro's confirmed from what I'm hearing.
Today?
Yeah, today, yeah.
Yeah?
So going to pod, it was happening.
So if he's confirmed, if Sandro's confirmed by itself, you've got a leader there.
Yeah.
Yeah? That the players can automatically, straight away, without shadow of a doubt, look up to and go, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, Sandro. Do you know what I mean? He's infectious. His energy is infectious.
And he's a giant.
And if you want to rear up with him, he's okay. He will be able to handle himself. Do you know what I mean? Not a problem. So if Sandro's confirmed, you a leader. You've got Zerbi, a leader as a manager, right? And then you've got potentially Nesta. Let's see what happens. Another legend of the game, another leader, right? So we bring that in and we start to have leaders formulate what leadership is, right? Because these guys know from their careers, they start to kind of cultivate that leadership aspect, not just within the leaders, but throughout the squad, right? So you go, okay, cool. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, all right, there's certain things, his aggression, sometimes the boys need a bit of aggression. And if he's here, then and he's got and it's only a week before we actually play Sunderland, but he's got a week to implement it. He's not going to do everything overnight, as you say.
Yep.
Right. But with all of these elements, it plays to our strength.
Yeah.
I think we'll see. I'm hoping to see again, praying
The
to see
hope. Yep.
a change straight away, right? Because he demands it. And okay, falling out with the players. What I always remember and have to take a massive pinch of salt with, whenever I see anything online, I take it with that punch of salt, right? Because
Not even a pinch, a punch of salt.
Yeah, punch, boy. We're dealing with Tottenham. Because when it comes down to negativity, all right, we've seen him screaming and hollering at his players, but we didn't see the next video the next day where he was giving them a cuddle or what. We don't know, right?
Yeah,
so we've seen a negative reaction.
Yeah, you
but
saw one side, the other side, not the truth.
Right? Yeah. But we don't know what effect him losing it had on those players, positive or negative.
Yeah.
Right? The fact, again, he's holding those players to account. Yeah? So I'm like, okay, cool. And then when it comes about care and consideration, this is where I go to the Greenwood situation, right? Do I condone what Greenwood done? Not at all. People are speaking about...
Allegedly, they're saying. Yeah, we've got to use that term, allegedly.
Well done, Darren. People are talking about Zerbi backing Greenwood when he turned up. I will tell you this now. I haven't read the quotes from that period of time, Marseille, and from when Greenwood has left. It's not my team, yes, but it like, go do what you got to do. It was out of my peripheral vision. So go do what you got to do. I don't know what he's done, but I know he's backed him, okay? So I come from this point of view. I say this point of view, but I come from this mindset where I look at that, and then I look at one of the reports of, like, he was at Shakhtar or somewhere in Ukraine, and his care was he wanted to make sure every one of those players got out while they were in war, get out of the country safe before he left, right? They wanted to take him first. He was like, I'm not leaving until every single one of our players are out and safe. That shows you care and consideration. Mason Greenwood, all right, is a young man. He done some horrendous stuff. Now, in life, there are times where all of us will go through a time where life hits us hard, or we make life difficult for ourselves. We'll make a choice that ain't right, okay? That we'll live to regret, or, you know what I mean? The next day you go, what the hell did I do? Why did I do that? And there are consequences for those actions that we've all felt in life. One of the consequences for Mason is that nobody wants him in his home country again. He will never play for England, right? So those are two big, massive consequences. Again, he's a young man, right? And that doesn't excuse his actions. But if you do something that horrendous and you look at that action as a man, you accept the responsibility of what you done, you can face it, look at it in the face, then you can change it. I've always said that about life in general. If you make a mistake every day in life, then that ain't a mistake. That's the way that you're living, right? You have to recognize a mistake, look it in its face, and then go, no, that's not right for my life. And then the next day you realize that you don't do those moves no more. You don't make those decisions no more. So he's done something horrendous where he's been exposed, right? As somebody that's been in the middle of a tornado, bro, in the eye of the storm, myself, right? When you got the world's eyes looking at you, you're thinking everybody knows your business. You feeling shame, you're feeling disgraced, you're feeling loads of different things. And I think about this on in Greenwood's way, right? Those text messages, those videos, those audio clips, they're all out there. The pictures of that poor girl's face, it's all out there. I am not condoning anything to do with violence against women whatsoever. But if he can look at those and go, who am I? What the hell was I doing? Was I just wrapped up in fame? Was I just wrapped up in money? Was I just wrapped up in ego because I was at Man United? Was I wrapped up in alcohol because he's a young man? Who knows what he was wrapped up into? But if you can look at those things, hear public opinion, hear everybody shun you and hate you, get kicked out of your own country, right? I'm just saying that football is his career, And at some point, a young person needs to be able to show their redemption for their action. So that's where second chances come in. I think in the world, there is a thing about cancelling and cutting a mofo off. And you know what? If you're doing some horrendous high-level stuff, then I'm with you, right? I understand. But this is a young man that done something horrific, who's had to look at it and live with it, who went through the courts, I think, Dal.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's been exposed in the papers and in the social media world, and it will continue all of his life. Every single time that he moves to a club, it will be brought up again. He will never really be able to move forward from it. But the one thing that he has done, and something that you said on Last Word on Spurs the other night, is that he's reconciled with the girl herself. Mm-hmm. And they've had, I don't know whether they had a child at the time, but they've had another child since.
They have 2 kids together.
So they've got 2 kids together. Mm-hmm. So we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, right? Who are we to judge anyone and what that neighbor is doing over there behind their door, right? It's only when your door is exposed that anybody's got an opinion. If his missus has given him another chance, if French football has given him another chance, and then it comes down to Zerbi, I think, where it comes from a care perspective, is that he's seen these things. He's seen that the world doesn't want him. But you know what? I'm going to give you another chance. And if that means that I stand up for you and back you in this scenario, then I will. Because you know what? Maybe he needed somebody for his mental and his heart and his every day as a human being, not as a footballer, but as a human being, he needed somebody to stand for him. And Zerbi put his name, his face, and potential jobs and reputation on the line for him. Mm-hmm. Then that is something to kind of go, from a manager's point of view, you kind of go, wow. You know what I mean? So those boys, the one thing that those boys at Tottenham right now know is that they've got a manager that's going to back them to the hilt. Mm-hmm. If you're with him, then you're with him. And he's going to back you and he's going to pick you up and he's going to fight for you and he'll go to the ends of the earth till he can't say no more for you as a player. That should, I'm not saying, again, separate from the action, but that should go, wow, we've actually got a manager that actually cares. That actually goes, that thinks about me as a human and not about not as an asset. Somebody who can play football and earn money. Do you know what I mean? You're ticket, or shirt. You're more than that to me. You're more than 3 points on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. You're a human. And it was one of the things I loved about Poch because he treated every player like his son. He cared about what their Monday was like, what their kids were like. You know, have they gone to school? No, don't worry, drop them off. Spend some time with your wife. Let's have a family barbecue. Bring everybody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I feel that in a different sense right now. And I just had to look at this Greenwood situation in another sense, not to get him out of jail. I just put myself in the actor head as a character, and I said, why would you say those things, or why would you back somebody under those circumstances? And I thought about it from a character point of view, and I came to these realizations. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean that I'm right. I'm just giving you another point of view to think about. And I think that that's something that the boys will be enthused by, and it's something that should encourage them that you've actually got somebody that's not just fire and brimstone, that actually has heart and soul, and that cares. Mm. Do you know what I mean? And caring is what we've needed. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my take on both sides of Zerbi right now. And that's where I got to over these couple of days. Mm-hmm. And bottom line for me with this whole scenario, not so much with the Greenwood scenario, but with Zerbi and Tottenham and football, is the next game. I don't want no words. I'm done with words.
Rick, I think I got asked on Last Word on Spurs. What do you want to hear Zerbi say?
I'm done with words.
I don't even want him at a press conference. I want him to be at the training ground. I just want work. I want performances. Show, I just want to see a performance now. I need to see heart, passion. I need to see I
need to see 3 points. I just need to see 3 points.
That's how I love it sometimes.
The heart and the passion come later. Give me 3 points. Give me 3 points, and I will give you chance.
All right.
I said it's time for action, blood. Boom, boom, boom. 3 points. There's 3 booms. Boom, boom, boom. We need 3 points.
We definitely need 3 points.
That's what we need first and
Yep.
foremost. After that,
good
we can
points.
build. After that, we can get that momentum and that energy and that flow going. We can get all of the intricacies going. But I need the 3 points first.
So the big question is, are we staying up then?
Well, you know what? I have been at last chance to. I don't know. You know what, Dal? I'm going to say this.
Go on.
By the next pod, I will have an answer for you. But I need to see action. So I haven't seen the Zerbi's Tottenham. I haven't seen him on the touchline. I haven't seen what he brings to the table. And I'm not expecting everything on game one.
No, of course not.
But let me see what you bring at Sunderland. Because it's been this season. I can't do it no more, Dal. I can't do it. I can't hypothetically think. I can't hypothetically be positive. I can't do it because I've been broken 4 times this year, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so right now I need to see action. Once I see that action, once I see those 3 points on the board, I'll judge the performance secondary. But once I see that the boys are up for it, that he's up for it, that we're seeing a shift, that we're seeing a change, then I'll know. So by the next pod, I'll be able to tell you whether we're staying up or not. Right now, again, before today, like literally yesterday, I was like, I don't care. I did care. And when you say you don't care in life, you really do. But but I was like, I don't care.
Yeah. What Tottenham does.
So now I need to see it now.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Because remember, the last game of football we saw was Forest.
But we was there to.
Yes,
this is what I'm saying.
The last game
Rinsed.
we saw, we just got to be real with it. And
I was empty, bro. I was empty. I was done.
So it's I'm gonna forgive me. I'm gonna do a mad analogy. It's like that notion of someone betraying you.
Yes.
And then asking you to trust them again. It's where we're at with Tottenham.
Tottenham has cheated on me 3 times in this relationship this year.
And we keep going back.
And you're telling me because you changed your makeup and you got wet look gel that times have changed? Nah, you know what? I need to see it, bruv. I need get a blow dry. Do what you got. But I need to see it. I need to see it.
Whoever thought we'd end up with an analogy that Tottenham is like our girl. That is it. The relationship is treacherous. It is treacherous.
It's an abusive relationship. We've said this before. It's an abusive relationship. It is. They beat us and then they're like, do you want to go out on Saturday? We're like, oh, you know what? Actually, all right, fine.
It's hard. It's hard because it's what it does to our hearts. And I think that's like the thing to really remember is that we love this club. And
they all love the club too. And it's okay. Do
hence
you know what I mean?
We love this club. And it's hard when you love something as much as we love Tottenham. And we're seeing Tottenham not give us anything back. And we're seeing the love that we have do nothing for them. Like, I keep referencing the amazing support that was produced by our fan base for that Forest game. And I know Nicky Buck came out and he said that Tottenham fans, we did a wrong thing. I don't know if many people saw this. It was like, we made the game too big. And it should have just been a regular game. And I found it quite amusing because I was like, I can understand hindsight because it was a very hindsight statement because we lost it. And I got what he was doing. We should have made it a normal game. Because we lost, it now means that potentially all the rest of the games are now difficult because we lost the cup final. But as any sports pundit, any fan has said, we have 7 cup finals. At that point, we had 8. Every game is super important. You cannot play down the importance of any game. Every game matters. As Ricky said, we need 3 points. And only way you get that is by winning games. And we're running out of games to win. So, as a fan base, I think if Tudor was still there, it would have been so hard to go to the Sunderland game for the away fans and for us at home because we'd all disconnected.
Yeah.
And we'd all kind of gone, we're done. And I think maybe credit to the board for making a decision and getting rid of Igor, mutual consent or whatever, to give us hope again. Because I feel that's what it's done. It's given us hope again. And I've joked on many podcasts, I hope it kills us, because we're all going to be connected to that Sunderland game again. We're all going to have an interest in it. Ricky goes, he wants action. I want passion and performance. Other fans are going to want to see a certain player starting or doing what Carrick did at United, just play everyone in the right position. And then it's make football easy again. So there's so many things that makes us want to reinvest. And this game is as important as the Forest game was. And the next game, the Brighton game, was as important as the Sunderland game.
First home game for Zerbi.
Yep, it's Brighton. It's mental. Football is a crazy game. It writes itself. And if we called this a show, you wouldn't believe the Tottenham story this year. It would be laughable. We're performers. They'll never buy the script. It's nuts. But it is the reality of the situation. And Spurs fans, this is going to be a rocky roller coaster of emotions between now and that game, the Sunderland game.
Are you back on board, though?
I am. I am back on board. I'll be really honest. I am back on board.
It's because I want to be.
Yeah, I'm back on board because.
But I've seen who's driving the ship, and I'm still like. Ah.
Yeah, and any fan who's not happy with Zerbi, I get it. I'm not going to tell you that you have to support it. I get it. I've just gone into a mindset of, you've given me hope, because I had no hope in Igor. I had no hope in Frank. You're giving me an opportunity for hope. I hope the players respond to him. I hope he has a plan. I hope we can get a result. I hope that's where I'm at. I'm at hope. I can't guarantee. I can't promise. I can't put definites down. But I'm in a place of hope. And we've got to also hope that West Ham don't get more points than us. That's where we're at. I feel it is becoming a game of me watching West Ham results as much as I watch ours and going, I hope we can stay above them. Crazy place to be.
It's a crazy place to be. But you know what? There was two things that gave me joke. So while it's been in this 3-week period, right? So by this the show comes out, we're probably heading into the Sunderland game. But over this period, there was one little thing that did give me joke, no doubt.
Hit me.
So you was the first one to mention to me Sean Dyche, right?
Yep.
And then I don't know whether they were watching Talk Tottenham. They probably are, but they probably haven't subscribed. So can you subscribe at least? But anyway, but it went everywhere. It went to TalkSport. It was going on, and then there was a link there.
Yep.
When you said this, and bro, did I not joke and say, you know what? Just give it to Ben Davies. And then I saw a link to Ben Davies before Zerbi. I was.
If anyone thinks we're joking, watch episode 11 and 10. They're there.
I was just like, what?
We did both of it, and it did make me laugh.
It got to that point.
Yeah.
It got to that point.
Ben Davies was nearly our gaffer.
Right now, regardless of the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the money.
£1 million a month.
Wow. Third highest paid Premier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of
Madness.
the money, right? Has he got the best deal that he could ever bloody well get? Yes.
And that's why he turned it down the first time.
Right.
You also got to remember that's who. I know I don't want to do negatives, but
I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you want to flip that,
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard today. I've got a tweet somewhere, but we'll see. But I heard today that it was Nick Busha, one of the guys on the board.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a Lange Vinay appointment or decision for Zerbi. I don't know whether this is PR. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But supposedly it was Nick's idea to bring him through.
I'm going to caveat that instantly because remember Paratici had.
He was. No, I know.
Time, so I feel that these are stories that may be being pushed out to try and take the heat off them.
Yeah, no, I was getting it. So I know that Paratici had him on it because he wanted him before Frank.
Yeah.
So he has been on the list, and they might have gone to that same scrap of paper where Tudor's name was and gone, you know what? Zerbi's here right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they
totally.
might have done.
They may have. They may not have.
But you can go, all right, and cool. They've paid the money to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They've paid the money. Now, whether I felt it was the right decision to give him all this money and to give him the power and to give him everything, at the time, no. And again, it still needs to be proved to me. whether he's the right guy for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was more upset that they didn't give something like that to Poch, but obviously he's got the World Cup, etc. But that's just me. That's just my
I hear
feeling.
it. The World Cup was just
Right?
tied up.
And even that, when he finishes the World Cup, by the time he gets back,
by the
time he gets back to it, pre-season's done. The window is about a month left before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't the right appointment. Well, it wasn't the right timing for the right appointment. Unless you will use that money and you throw all that money to just buy him out of the contract.
Right.
Just say, forget the World Cup. Come home.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So they've made a permanent appointment. They haven't made another wishy-washy. They haven't made another appointment where the players can go, you're only here for a couple of games.
Mm.
If they were doing it, if that was in the back of their mind, they've gone and got a manager that, it's cost them a lot, but that could be seen as not ambitious, because I hate the word ambitious at Tottenham, but it just does my nutting.
Yeah. But anyway, it cost them less than it would if we went down. It would cost them more.
That's exactly that.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly that. And they've put their money where their mouth is to make sure it happens at this point in time. So we're putting all our eggs in that basket to survive, first and foremost, and then go at it. You see all these rumours about transfers already. Bro, I don't want to know nothing. Don't tell me nothing about who we're linked with in the summer.
If you're a Spurs podder
Don't do
or
it.
Spurs Twitter account, X account, Insta account, I'm not looking at any transfers. It's pointless. And I know Spurs fans, don't let it bait you. Don't let it get you angry. It's pointless. It's just people just trying to fill time. We're probably going to link with half the Brighton squad. We're linked with half of the Marseille squad. I'm going to say the name one more time, and then I'm never going to say his name again.
Go on.
With Greenwood. They're going to say Mason Greenwood. And the reason I said it, because we'll probably be linked with him as well. Because it's going to be stories. It's going to be narrative driven. Let's forget all of that. I don't care about any of that. All I care about is 7 games of football until the end of the season. That's all the focus should be on. Rick, episode 12.
Are we done?
Let's put it right there.
Lovely jubbly.
Episode 12.
Oh,
That's
we're
where it is.
done.
Episode 12.
Make sure you like and subscribe, etc.
Please do. Love you all. Been an amazing one. We love doing this for you. This one is entitled The One Where Ricky Had a Drink.
Love every time, guys. Love every time. Do you know what, bro? I'm out, man. I need another. Is there another? Oh, is there one back here? Okay.